Hey gents, in today's video, we're going to talk about single men who feel behind in life and how they can get back on track and win in life. Say you're 30 years old and earning $30,000 per year. You must therefore wake up each morning and begin to live your life with a sense of urgency. You must begin running your life as though you are losing because you are. You are not allowed to walk or even speak. You've got to start running. The first step is to begin working more than 60 hours per week. Let me reiterate that. If you are falling behind, you need to be working closer to 80 hours a week rather than simply 60. Yeah, to increase your income, you must sacrifice some sleep and take on 2 full-time jobs because until you start making money, you cannot have an enjoyable adult male existence. You can date some lower caliber women and have a ratchet lifestyle, which will involve eating fast food. Men, it will be hard for you to make the necessary progress to catch up since, as you recall, we talked about self-improvement. The real action begins right here. You don't earn enough money to employ a personal trainer, nutritionist, life coach, image consultant, or any of these things. You require a second source of income if you are barely able to pay your bills. You must begin working. You're lazy if you're under 40, single, and with no children, and you don't put in at least 60 hours a week of work. However, if you're in debt, you should be working closer to 80 hours per week or 16 hours per day. You essentially spend your entire day working and sleeping. This means, to put it simply, that you must work extra hard and make no excuses for not meeting ladies or going on dates. Not at all, please. For at least a year, put yourself in jail to clear your head. Why are you watching a football game while drinking beer at the pub, dude? You're living a lie and are broke. Because of this, many men experience depression. To develop yourself, you must put your life into overdrive and invest your financial resources in self-improvement. If you manage to survive on one job, you should go for the next one and figure out what's stopping you. Consult a life coach. Get a personal trainer if you are out of shape. Take your second job and use it to start bettering your life, since you will perform better once you start looking at and loving the person you see in the mirror. Do you go out to get some beer with your mates knowing they'll pay for the drinks? You're going out to drink even though you're aware that you don't have enough cash on hand, and you're even willing to pay for 3 of your buddies. Why do you put yourself in such a difficult situation? You stay home and do nothing because you don't want them to find out that you've been living a lie, but you're actually dying inside every day. That's real talk. You ought to be leaving for work and returning home. But as you can see, all you're doing is criticizing yourself. You are effectively leading a prison lifestyle. You should tell yourself that you're going to work because at least you'll feel satisfied knowing that even though you're fatigued, you're making money. You must put your life into overdrive and focus intensely on improving yourself. After that, you must confess to your friends, which is the ultimate level of accountability. Tell them about your problems. Basically, it goes like this. I'm 35 years old, yet I still behave and dress like a teenager, and I still make a teenager's salary. In actuality, I have no skills, so even if I lost my current job, there is no way I could go out and get another job paying this much. I've been living life like a teenager. You know, some guys actually have the resources to buy all of these things, but they don't. Being without money is one thing, but if you do have money and yet appear and dress like a boy, you are still a boy, not a man. We have a problem if you have a lifestyle where you were not exposed to anything that you wouldn't have been exposed to as a teenage boy. A 30-year-old man and a man who was 21 years old ought to be leading separate lives. I would expect the 18 to 21-year-olds to be at college parties, drinking, chasing skirts, and going to the gym. The 21-year-old man needs to be out there chasing the bag. However, if you're still going out at 30, you shouldn't be going to clubs for people under the age of 18. Instead, if you're still going out, you should be going to clubs for people over the age of 25, not 18 and up. But you're 30. Because you will be the elderly man in a club, you should have outgrown your clubbing phase and should instead be frequenting lounges. Furthermore, at the age of 35, you ought to have overcome this kind of behavior. When you're 40, the only time you actually go out to a club is if you travel home for the holidays and run into some buddies. Only a 40-year-old perv goes to clubs meant for teenagers. Back to the ultimate accountability. To be held to the highest standards of responsibility, you must admit to the friends who are close to you that you are living a lie. And for this reason, you'll need to work with mentors and life coaches. Life is not meant to be survived. It's meant to thrive. If you're not living life as you should be, there's only one thing to do. You have to go into overdrive on self-improvement. Anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It motivates me to create more content for you. See you next time. Cheers.